Today we're gonna be making a settlement, and surprisingly, this is a lot more complicated than I thought. We'll jump into the complex stuff later, but for right now, let's get started on setting this up. Now, the first thing we are going to need for a settlement is, well, we need houses for people to move in, and we need to make a settlement flag. Now, the settlement flag basically tells the game that you have indeed decided to make a settlement. Now, keep in mind, there are raiders and stuff like that, which will basically attack your settlement and stuff, so make sure you're ready for that. And when it comes to houses, this right here is all you need. Basically, just a 2x2 tile floor, a wall around it, a door, and a light. Now, for some settlers, you will need more. Like, for example, if you need like a blacksmith or something like that, they will require an anvil. Now, although this house here is perfectly fine for a settler, they do have a happiness thing. And basically, the happier they are, the better the prices when they sell you stuff, the more harder they work for you, stuff like that, basically. And the way to make your settlers more happy is bigger houses, better furniture, better food. That is all you need. So for right now, a house like this right here should do perfectly fine. Now let's go to the nearest village and get some settlers. But let's not forget to put down the flag first. Now let's keep the name nice and simple. Spawn Island Settlement, good enough for me. There we go. Let's go get some settlers. Now, the first settler I want to get is going to be a farmer. Now, let's talk to this guy. Oh, before he gets away, there we go. Will you join my settlement? Now, you do have to pay them to actually join your settlement, so 274 coins, 81 wheat, got it all on me, except, and he disappears. Just like magic, he's now at the island, I guess. And there we go, he's right there, hard at work doing his farming. He's planting and replanting stuff. Now, I actually went ahead off camera and I set up a chest where he should go ahead and put stuff away in. Now, when you go into an inventory, you can click this configure storage thing and basically choose what goes in here, basically. So that's what I did here, and as you can see, he's putting it all away right on in there. And I'm gonna go ahead and set the priority here to top priority, so that way it'll always bring the materials and stuff I've set here to here first. We're also able to go ahead and basically set up like the max amount of items we want in here, so I'm assuming if we set it to like 10, then they'll only probably put like 10 sunflower seeds in here. Alright, so I did a little more organizing of stuff, and I found out that you can actually come in here and you can set the max on each individual item. So for example, I only want 100 wheat in there, and the reason for that is I want to save up 100 there and then put the rest of it right on in here. That is the plan. And in here, we're able to basically tell it to make a certain amount of flour. So I'm gonna do until, I will say do it until we have 32 flowers. Now thinking about it, I'm not 100% sure if the farmer will put the wheat in here. I may need some generic settlers and stuff like that to do that job there. I mentioned earlier that you want your settlers to be happy, and to check that out, go down here to open settlement tab, or you could just press C, and from there you can actually see right here whether or not your settlers are actually happy or not. So that is awesome. And you can also banish them if you want. You can do that as well. You can move them to another settlement as well, or move the settler to another room. Now, as you can tell, I've done quite a lot of building now, just putting fences and stuff like that around. I also went ahead and built another house here. Now, I wanted to get an animal keeper in here to take care of the animals for me, so I wouldn't have to do that. But sadly, in order to get him, we need to defeat a certain boss, so have to wait and do that first. But that is perfectly fine. For right now, I'm gonna go ahead and hire some guards and some regular villagers. First, I need to build them some houses though, so I'm gonna get to that. Now for my first villager, I'm gonna get a guard. So let's get this person with the bright pink hair, because that is awesome. And the price for a guard is actually, you need potions as well as money. So make sure you got that. Now let's get ourselves a normal villager. Let's go with Frankie here. Frankie the villager. Will you join my settlement? So 35 wheat, 104 coins, I got it all, except, and poof, back to our place he goes. Let's head on back. One thing I kind of noticed here is, yeah, with all these settings you got down at the bottom, you can actually choose, like, for example, what they eat. So you can choose like gourmet meals, fine meals, simple meals. You can also restrict them to certain areas, I guess. There's defend zone, unrestricted. So basically for the defend zone, it is marked off by this right here, which you can expand it or shrink it if you want. This is basically the area that they will defend and stuff. If, for raiders attack. So I'm assuming you can make your own... Oh yeah, you can create new area. All right, cool. So you can make your own area. So if you want them to maybe all stay in the houses or something, in case of a raid and you don't want certain people fighting, that might be a good idea. Another thing you can do if you're settlers is you actually have work priorities. Now, some villagers aren't capable of doing some things, like none of the guys I have can do husbandry, which is the thing for taking care of animals. But yeah, if you want to bring a priority up or down, you right click and that'll bring it down, left click and that'll give it a higher priority. Now the very last thing we have right here is a thing so we can assign storage. So if you don't want to click the gear in there, you can do it from the gear, or you can do it here and that'll assign storage for your villagers. You can also assign workstations. Again, you can do that in the inventory there, but you can also do it here. And from here you can actually set up your forestry zone. So if you have a place you want to cut trees down, you can set that up. I assume it's just you click and drag. Yeah, and that'll go ahead and make the forestry zone. And let's shrink that. I don't want that there. Now, one thing I would want to do though is assign my fertilizer zone right here, as well as on my other crop area. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right there. Now, when the farmers have fertilizer, they should fertilize it. And I'm also going to go ahead, since this is going to be something I do in the future, I'm going to go ahead and do animal husbandry right here. We got raiders. They're approaching from the south, so down below. So if we take a look down here, maybe later we'll be able to see it, but apparently you can see where the raiders are on your map. So pay attention to this thing here. Now, just in case, I set up a bit of an area. I'm assuming the raiders will be pretty easy because they do scale with the level of your village. So, but just in case, I have a safe zone set up. So basically, all of my people in my town will go up here into this house here if there is a raid, or once I set them to safe zone. That way there, if I can handle this myself without any of them dying, then I can do that. Now, thankfully, raiders are actually kind of polite and they will wait until the daytime to attack. So I'm just going to let everyone sleep for right now. Okay, everybody is up and I'm guessing panicking. Let's get them all to the room. Let's get all my settlers to the safe zone, tell them all to get in here. I'm assuming they're panicking because it's morning now and the raiders must be getting ready to attack. Yeah, here. Oh, that is a lot of them. Holy crap. Okay, that's a lot more raiders than I thought. Oh, here's a few right there. All right. Oh, they seem to be pretty easy, actually. I might be able to handle this myself. Too bad they didn't wait until, like, daytime or something. Then I could see them pretty well. I guess they're not as nice as I thought. But my summons seem to be making pretty quick work out of these guys. And you lighting it up? Hey, guys. Man, I think Hey. Oh, he's actually helping. I thought he was like chatting with the raiders and stuff, but no, he's actually shooting them. Maybe that's what triggered them to attack early. Raiders have been defeated. Now let's unrestrict everybody so they can get back to their daily routines. Although that was pretty easy, I do gotta keep in mind that the raiders will level up with your NPCs in your village, so keep in mind, the tougher they get, the tougher your raiders will be. And I assume as you get further in the game and defeat bosses, that's probably one way that'll make them a lot tougher. Right now, I will say, even after the first boss fight in the last episode, I definitely feel like I'm a little bit overprepared. So I think things are gonna be really easy for me right now, at least until I beat a few more bosses. But that right there is gonna be it for today. We got ourselves a settlement all set up and got all the basics of how to run a settlement all down, I would say. So thank you all so much for watching and hope to see you all in the next one. Till then, keep having fun, everyone. See ya.